We are back with another Splinterlands video. So I know this, what I'm about to talk about has been talked about in terms of gold players before, but I haven't seen much on it for bronze players. And I know a lot of newer players can have trouble getting through bronze just for a variety of reasons. There's, a real set number of strategies. There's not a great way to differentiate yourself. And in the limited rule sets that are offered, if you don't know exactly what to play, you might be beat by someone who knows all the strategies, or even a bot who has, all the historical data and knows what to play. But I think there's a window of time here where you can gain an advantage utilizing these epic summoners. And it's because of something unique that epic summoners specifically offer. Before we just had Kretch in Modern, and now we have a whole slew of them. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but before I do, once again, I am Hawks21 and I cover Splinterlands here on the channel. I'm also on Twitter and Discord, but if you're new to my YouTube community, it would be awesome if you could take a second to like and subscribe as we continue to grow our group here. It would be awesome if you could do that for me. Okay, so if you go here to the Leagues tab and go to Bronze, you'll notice, right, you've probably seen this before. Summoner level limits: common, rare, epic, legendary. So 3, 2, 2, 1. Now, if we go to cards, I think I have some of the epics, but if we do this and then go to summoners, we just pick any rare here. So it was 3, 2, 2, 1. So at level 2, you notice you can play 3 common, 2 rare, 2 epic, and level 1 legendary. So 3, 2, 2, 1, right? Same thing as the league cap, 3, 2, 2, 1. But if we come back here and check out one of these new epic summoners, 3, 3, 2, 1. So in bronze, if you're playing, you can play a level 2 epic summoner. And level 2 epic summoners let you play level 3 rare monsters. So that's an advantage over the rare summoners that people have to start their decks, and most people are playing with right now. You can use this third level, this additional level of rares, to gain an advantage. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Peak Monsters, and we're going to quickly go through every splinter and point out some specific cards that could help you gain from this advantage. So you might not know this, or you just might not have thought to level up your cards an additional spot because you're used to the bronze levels. But now that you have access to these epic summoners, you have access to an extra level of rare cards. And that can make a huge difference, as you can see by the way we go through this. So we're going to head over to Peak Monsters, we're going to go to Buy, and we're going to go to Modern, Regular, we just want to look at regulars, Rare. And then we're just going to go through splinter by splinter, and we're going to talk about the summoners, and talk about specific synergies that it offers. So here it's Scargore, right? So we'll come back here actually. So I don't have to keep doing this. What we're going to do is, we're going to do Riftwatchers summoners playable. Nope, not playable. We're going to do all. So we can see Scargore has the Enrage. So keep that in mind. Just quickly take a peek. So here at level 3, you actually get an additional attack with the Exploding Rats, which comes with the Blast. So think about this, right? If you're at level 2, and assume you're going to play this in an Equalizer rule set, which is when you normally play the Exploding Rats, where everyone gets the boosted health, it's going to have room to actually take advantage of that Enrage. So here, if you're doing it, it's going to get Enraged and have 8 speed and 3 attack, which means it's going to do 2 blast damage. But with the Scargore, if you level this up to level 3, all of a sudden it's going to do 5 damage when enraged, and then 3 blast. So this makes a huge difference. So again, if you're playing with Scargore in bronze right now, and you haven't leveled up your Exploding Rat to level 3, I mean, this was the first example, and look at that already. It makes a huge difference. there's one. Nothing here. It's like a lot of them, if they're like health or additional speed, it's nothing really to point out. Here, Molten Ash Golem, you can get an additional attack. You know, nothing crazy, but reverse speed. And you can get that extra attack. That's definitely meaningful. Tenyi Striker, you're going to pick up an extra attack at level 3. Again, when you think about the Enrage, here, if it's at level 2, it gets up to 3 attack. Now it's going to get up to level 5. So specifically when you're talking about synergizing with Skargor, the Epic Summoner and Riftwatchers, you need to get this card up to level 3 because it's going to give you a huge boost once it's enraged. Nothing there. Tinderlock, nothing really, just an additional speed. Same here, additional speed. I mean, that matters for sure because if you're going to get Last Stand with an enraged monster, that speed's going to start multiplying. So that's something to think about. Phineas, extra attack, same thing. Instead of going to 3, it's going to go to 5 when it's enraged. Nothing really here. Just some additional health here. And just an additional health here. So nothing there to point out. So you can see 1, 2, 3. And then these 3, you know, I would say get some boosts. Here given the Last Stand and here given the additional attack. But 1, 2, 3, Phineas, Tenyi Striker, and Exploding Rats, I think would give you a huge boost getting that extra level. So now let's quickly go to here, and it's Aquatis. And if you don't remember, Aquatis gives you backfire. So I don't know if there's going to be specific synergies per se, but we'll still go through and look. Nothing really here. I'm going to go quickly because I just want to focus on the ones that matter. If I don't talk about it, then I don't think the boost matters. Here, you pick up another attack. You know, specifically when you're talking about trying to utilize that trample, you can get that 3rd attack. It's more likely you're going to eliminate your opponent, which means it's more likely you're going to trigger the trample and get that next attack. And really here, Watercaller picks up a 2nd magic damage. That's big, specifically for a stunner, right? So now you're going to do that 2nd damage. That's definitely meaningful. Sea Stalker picks up that 5th damage at level 3. I mean, this is a pretty expensive card, so I'm not expecting a lot of people to have this leveled up. But if you do, here level 3 gets that 4th attack for the Serpent of Eld. See, here's one of the cases where you actually get an ability at level 3. Again, pretty expensive card, but you know, if you do have the card or you have the money, if you have a lot of money and you're still just playing at bronze, I would look into this, right? You can pick up that Cleanse as an extra ability. It's a big deal. Then Ice Pixie, nothing really. So, you know, new ability, increased attack here and here, Watercaller and Sea Stalker, increased attack with the Demon Shark. So again, a couple options here. We're going to go to Earth, and Earth has Fernheart, which gives the close range. Nothing really here with the Seedsmith. Nothing really here. Goblin Tower picks up a 3rd attack. I mean, that's pretty big with Fernheart, right? Because it can attack from the front. Thinking like reverse speed rule set with this card and Fernheart. And then you're also in a situation where now the blast damage is going to hit for 2, where here the blast damage hits for 1. So this is a big deal, specifically synergized as well with Fernheart. Mycelic picks up another attack. Again, talk about these 2 in reverse speed here. If you can get these up to level 3, that makes a difference. Nothing really here. The Regal Parrington picks up a 2nd magic attack. I didn't know that. That's a big deal. So again, these are some pretty big boosts. This picks up another attack. Synergizes well with Fernheart. Level 1 stunner. You pick up that 4th attack and it can attack from a front with Fernheart. Also slow, so again, you're talking reverse speed here. Starting to get into the more expensive cards, but Child of the Forest picks up another attack, which synergizes well with Fernheart. Again, can attack from the front. Mage picks up an additional attack. You know, there's a lot of boosts here. Again, these cards are starting to get more expensive. And Unicorn Mustang picks up an additional attack. So yeah, there's a bunch here that in that additional level 3 become much better cards. You know, specifically Goblin Tower, Mycelic Infantry, and the Parrington are pretty affordable cards that you'll be able to get a leg up on your opponent if you recognize this dynamic. We'll go to life, and life is Ilthane. So the speed and the return fire. Volgini picks up another attack. I use this card a ton at higher levels. Haven't really seen it used much in the lower levels, but with a second attack and Scavenger, I could see it having some uses and, you know, can attack from anywhere. Crystal Smith, nothing. Portal Spinner, nothing. Pellicor, nothing. Temple Priest gets this spell. I don't think the spell's anything to write home about. Time Mage gets a second magic attack at level 3. Celestial Harpy gets another attack at level 3. Runeslinger gets another attack at level 3. Kosar gets another attack at level 3. Nothing really here. Silver Shield, again, we're getting more expensive, but gets Piercing. So one of the cases where you pick up an ability, Piercing plus Snipe's a big deal. Nothing really. And Shield Bearer, super expensive, but Shield Bearer does pick up a third attack. So again, you know, having these additional things, attack here, attack here, attack here, attack with the Runeslinger, again, could be the difference between winning and losing. You know, these are things that the bot accounts might not have accounted for yet, so this could give you an advantage. Death now, of course, has Dahlan, the cheapest summoner. Bonesmith, nothing. Nothing on the Stalker. Soul Strangler picks up a third attack. Life Zapper, nothing. Grim Reaper picks up a fourth attack. Dark Ferryman picks up a second attack. Kurtzman Deku picks up a third attack. I know this is a bronze meta card, so if you can roll this out with the third attack, that could be the difference between winning and losing. Kabbalist actually gets, or Kabbalist most likely, probably actually gets Giant Killer. So I don't know of a lot of Giant Killer at the lower levels. But, you know, that's a brand new ability that you could then work into your lineup in the right context. Queen of Crows gets Headwinds. That's huge. You know, if you're expecting an archery lineup, and if you have the Queen of Crows at a level 3 in bronze, you can play her with Dahlan at level 2. And then you're going to have access to Headwinds, an ability that your opponent might not have access to. Bone Golem, nothing. And then nothing really with Death Elemental. We'll quickly go to Dragon. That's Pispa with the Phase. There's not a lot of cards here, but we'll take a peek. Nothing really here on the boost. Nothing really here. Oop, button. Infiltrator, nothing really. Get another attack with the Gorladak Soldier. I know this is a pretty rare card. I don't see it very often. And the Runic gets a fourth attack. I'm actually just made a video on how much I love the Runic. And you know, picking up a fourth attack in bronze is a big deal. Then we're going to just move on to neutrals real quick. There's not a lot of them. The Gargoyle Devil gets a third attack. Nothing really here. Nothing here. Let's see. Nothing here. Nothing here. This might be it. Goblin Chariot gets a third attack. Nothing here. And last but certainly not least, nothing here. Okay. So yeah, I just want to do a quick run through of cards that get a boost at bronze. I might do the same thing for gold as well. But I feel like people have talked about it for gold, and it really gets looked over for bronze. You know, and specifically right now when bots haven't really worked all of these cards into their lineups yet, or haven't done so efficiently / effectively. I think utilizing these additional levels could give you a leg up on the competition at these lower levels and help you move up through the ranks quicker, maybe get in a silver quicker so you can start earning some silver daily chests instead of the bronze daily chests. You know, and this is something that's unique to these epic cards. So if you're on the fence between, you know, if you want to go for these cards or not, you know, maybe one of these additional abilities in the Splinter that you like to play the most, or one of these additional attack levels in the Splinter you like to play the most, could push you over the edge and be like, you know what, I am going to get this epic summoner because I love playing fire, I love playing, you know, the Tenyi Striker, and with the Enrage, getting that to level 3 with Skargor is going to make a huge difference and help me win more matches. So yeah, just, it's, you know, there's so many things going on with this game, and that's just another thing to look out for. So I wanted to make this video for you bronze warriors. I know my content can sometimes skew to the higher leagues, but I promise when I do see something interesting like this, I am going to make a video about it. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate your time. Again, if you're new here, don't forget to take a second to like and subscribe. I will talk to you soon and see you around the game.